Hello, how are you? Hope you are doing great today. Hope everything is great with you. So today I'm in the mood to discuss about annual or monthly savings that I need to put aside so that I can grow my retirement funds to $1.5 million at the end of 30 years of worklife. So I'm going to find out how much money do I need to save monthly, how much money. And I have to be disciplined to put that same amount of money at the end of each month, starting at the beginning of my career, and I have 30 years to take care of my growth in retirement fund. You may have been always vexed. How much do I really need to save? Do I need to save a whole lot? Will it really grow? And today, I'm going to show it to you in simple steps. Yes, it is going to grow. The question is, what is your goal? Remember, I'm starting with a goal that at the end of 30 years, every month I'm going to put down some money at the end of each month. Same amount of money for 30 years. And at the end of 30 years, my goal is to have $1.5 million in my retirement fund. You would think that is a big chunk of money. No, not really in today's world, but everything is so expensive. So without further ado, let me share my whiteboard with you. And please do not quit halfway because I'll give you some important tips at the end of this program. I assure you. And please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button and let me know where you are watching my video from. So here I go. How much money will I need to save at the end of each month? Okay, so let me see if I can move it around here. Maybe over somewhere over here. At the end of each month to reach a retirement fund balance of 1,500,000 at the end of 30 years. We will assume a conservative compounded rate of growth of 6%. Very conservative. If the market is doing great, it can grow for 10%, but we will assume, well below that, we will assume a conservative rate of growth of 6% compounded annually. So how to figure that out? Well, there is an established formula to figure out how much you need to save at the end of each month so that your money grows to a certain amount at the end of 30 years. What is that formula? That formula is value is equal to P times 1 plus P over N minus 1 divided by 1 plus P minus 1. Now notice I have used two kinds of P. This is the capital P and this is the small p. So first let me define V. What is V? V is the value at the end of investment period, which in our case is 30 years. Here 30 years. Or 30 times 2, 12 is 360 months. Okay. Now P is the money, capital P is the money I'm saving at the end of each month. End of each month. And small p is the monthly rate of compound interest. Okay, and N is number of months of investment. Okay, so let's create some space and try to get a handle on this problem. So we know what is our investment goal. So right, investment goal is V is equal to 1,500,000. Okay, and I know my mm, small p is the monthly compound interest rate. Remember, we talked about a conservative monthly compounded interest rate. Remember, we talked about mm, annual conservative estimate of annual growth rate of our annual. So let's assume let's assume uh, that we did at the beginning of the problem the conservative estimate of 6% comp annual growth rate. Now remember, as we discussed before, we have 12 months in a year. So my small p, which is the monthly interest rate, becomes 6% in decimal is 0.06, and that is divided into 12 equal parts per month, which is 0.005. That means our compounded monthly interest rate is 0.5%. Very conservative estimate. Okay. Like I said, some months it will grow faster, some months it will go lesser. Okay. Capital P on the other hand, we do not know. Capital P is my goal is to find how much I need to invest per month. I need to invest per month, which is small capital P. Capital P. Okay. So uh, I'll show you next how to calculate the monthly amount that I have to invest, which is capital P, with a goal of reaching 1.5 million at the end of 30 years of investment. I told you before, 30 times 12 is 360 months. So please do not quit right away. There's some interesting thing coming at the end of this presentation. I guarantee you. Okay. So let's move this a little bit up and change also the color of the ink. Let's go to some interesting color like a blue or something. Okay. And we are going to use the equation, like I said before, V. So V is equal to the amount we are going to put in every month times 1 plus small p, which is the monthly interest rate, exponented to n. Remember, n is the number of months, which is 360 in our case, divided by 1 plus p minus 1. So, like I explained, our value, what is our investment goal, is 1,500,000. You may worry, boy, that's a exorbitant amount. How I can save so much money? I have certain amount of fixed amount of salary coming in every month. but it is possible, and that is our objective, to find out how much I need to save on a monthly basis. P is unknown. Inside the parenthesis, square parenthesis, we have 1. I told you monthly rate of interest is 0.005. You have 360 months to save, because 30 times 12 is 360 months in 30 years, divided by 1 plus 0.005 minus 1. So this becomes capital P on the right hand side of the equation times 1.005 exponented to 360 minus 1 divided by 1.005 minus 1. Or in other words, if I create some space, I get 150,000, or I'm sorry, 1,500,000 is my goal at the end, is equal to P inside the parenthesis. I will use my TI-84 calculator, because I have to exponented 1.005 to 360. Or in other words, I have to multiply 1.005 by itself 360 times. Enormous amount of times I have to multiply it. So best is to exponent it. So how do you do that in calculator? You first type in your calculator 1.00. I'm doing the first term inside the parenthesis, which is 1.005, and then exponent in TI-84 is at the right corner. It's a exponent sign, and you exponent it to 360 and you hit enter. So that is equal to 6.0226 minus 1 divided by 1.005 minus 1 is 0.005. So again, creating some more space, we get 1,500,000 is equal to P in the numerator. 6.0226 minus 1 is 5.0226, divided by, the whole thing is divided by 0.005. So if I complete the division on the right hand side of the equal to sign in the equation, I get P times 5.0226 divided by 0.005 is 1004. 5 multiplied by 1004.52. Remember, my goal is to solve for P. This is the monthly amount I'm putting in. I'm saving in my hard savings, okay? So I have to remove that 1004.52. Now P is multiplied by 1004.52. If I want to keep P by itself, separate P from the number, I have to divide. Why I have to divide? Because I have multiplied on the right hand side P times, to remove that number, which is 1004.52, by which P is multiplied, I have to do the opposite operation, which is to divide by. So in other words, I divide by 1004, 1004.52 on both sides. So I do 1,500,000 divided by 1004.52 is equal to P multiplied by 1004.52, and I'm dividing by 1004.52 on both. sides. Again, my goal is to separate P by itself, and therefore I'm dividing by the same number by which it is multiplied on the right hand side. When I do that on the right hand side, what happens? This 1004.52 in the numerator and denominator, they cancel. So I'm left with P on the right hand side. And in the left hand side, I will use my calculator, 1,500,000. Remember the zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after 1, 5. That is divided by 1004.52. And the answer is 1493.25. Do I really have to save that much amount of money every month? May or may not be. If you're lucky, if some years the annual growth rate is more than 6%, like 10%, then you can get by with saving less. But on the average, we should be saving 1,493.25 dollars per month. Of course, we are assuming a 6% annual growth rate, a conservative estimate. Some years it will be much higher than that, and therefore your money, if you diligently save, say $1,494, you definitely your money will grow to 1.5 million in 30 years. To be honest with you, 1.5 million is not a large sum of money considering the effect of inflation. That is, inflation, because of its inflation happening every year, it eats the value of your money. So, to be on the safe side, you try to save around $1,493.94 so that with a conservative growth rate, assuming a conservative growth rate, annual growth rate of 6%, your money will grow to 1.5 million, provided you save 1493.25 per month. Now, the tip I wanted to give you is, as I told you, some years the market is doing fantastic, so you can get by with, say, saving $1,200 per month. For example, if the market is growing at more than 6%. On the other hand, there will be some years when the market will not do that great. And in order to go over those down periods, it's a good idea to save consistently a certain amount at the end of each month. Put that money in your 401k fund, in your retirement fund. Okay, so that is the trick, to save consistently a certain amount of money, in this case 1,493 or $494 every month at the end of each month, and your money will definitely grow to 1.5 million, assuming 6% annual growth rate. So what is the moral? The moral is, please try to save consistently and uh, religiously, without any mistake, a certain amount of fund at the end of each month in your put it into your company's 401k or your company's savings fund, wherever your money will grow. Okay, I'll stop here today, but before I stop, I want to I will I want to thank all of you for taking the time to listen to my lecture. Okay, I really appreciate that. And if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, please give me a thumbs up. That really motivates me, and I'll keep producing more and more interesting videos just for you. And if you like this video, please share with your friends. And please leave me some comments. I want to see some comments. Where are you watching from? What else do you want me to, uh, you know, make videos on? I really appreciate that information. Please let me know where you are watching from. And if you like this video, share with your friends. You and your friends, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button at the bottom right corner. And please do not forget to watch me tomorrow when I'll be back with another interesting video. Thanks for watching. Take care. And please give me a thumbs up if you like my video. See you next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Okay. See you next time.